We are back. Another episode of the Playmaker Football Betting Show. It's me, Peter from Sheffield Shuffler, and we got Garrett, the fight analyst. What's up, Garrett?
What's going on, man? How's it going?
Dude, terrible. This fucking pre-show was a pain in the ass. My computer's either slow, Wi-Fi doesn't work, something's going on. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with right now.
I mean, it happens, man. Technical difficulties, but you got it running. We're good to go. We're
I know.
ready to make some money.
I have no patience, Garrett. Zero patience.
It happens, bro. It happens, but we're here. We're ready to go. We're looking good. You got the nice, fresh Phillies. Repping it over there. I like it.
Yeah, dude. Gonna have a quick show today because the Phillies are going. They're playing right now. It's 0-0. Trying to get all this stuff done. But yeah. First things first, I just wanted to say thank you to our friends at PointsBet. Guys, when we are going through our bets and the odds and things like that, all of that is going to be used from PointsBet. All the odds will be from PointsBet. So if you want, you can go ahead and scan that QR code right there. And you can, like I said, scan that QR code. You'll be registered to get up to $2,000 in free bets. So it's very simple, very easy. PointsBet, they always give out free bets, which is really nice. I don't know if you guys have used them before, but Garrett, every Thursday, every primetime game, they're always giving out free bets. Check your email. It's really nice. They're my favorite book, and that's the truth.
No, absolutely. I agree with you. They got some of the best lines out there as well. And who doesn't like free bets? I mean, come on, guys. It's a no-brainer.
No-brainer from our friends at PointsBet. Like I said, scan that QR code, claim up to $2,000 in free bets. So we're going to get started here on Thursday night. We got the Philadelphia Eagles here. It's so ironic that the Eagles are playing a Texas team, a Philly team and a Texas team, just like the World Series right now.
Oh man, it's definitely not going to be as exciting as the World Series that's going on right now. But it's unfortunate. We got a game. It's Thursday night. Well, money to be made.
Could be just as big of a beatdown, in my opinion. Philly is going out on top. Both of these games, this series and this game, I'm going to lay the wood. It's a lot of wood to lay. Eagles minus 13.5. I got that before. I got that today before because it was at 14 yesterday. I was like, oh my God, 2 full touchdowns. But this is a huge mismatch. Eagles are favored by just about 2 touchdowns on a short week on Thursday night. These Thursday night games have been trash for the most part. Houston sucks. Philly's a top 3 offense in the NFL. Eagles defense giving up 43% less points than league average. So their defense, very stout. The Birds can run the ball effectively. They have some of the most explosive weapons to throw to. Let's mention A.J. Brown, who had a career high in receiving yards last week. I think it was 153, 3 touchdowns in the first half. They're 5-2 against the spread this season, even though it's a short week. Give me the Birds by more than 13.5. I can't justify going the other way.
I mean, it makes sense. Texas are arguably the worst team in the league next to the Lions. Their offense has been non-existent as of late. Eagles top 5 offense, top 5 defense. It's like the writing's on the wall there, pretty much.
Yeah, the only thing that scares me is that Thursday night lure, right?
Yeah.
Every game that's been played, like we said, has been kind of trashy, but I just can't see, I can't justify taking the points with Houston here.
I mean, no, it definitely makes sense. I totally agree with you there.
What do we got here? Where are you going in this game?
Oh, I'm actually going to take the under 45 here at minus 115. I think it's pretty straightforward. The Texans is definitely one of the worst offenses in football. They're only averaging 13 points per game over their last 3 against mediocre defenses in the Jaguars, the Raiders, and the Titans. Now they're going against one of the best defenses in the league, which is second best at getting to the quarterback. They were able to get after Kenny Pickett and sack him 6 times in their last game. I expect more of the same coming into this matchup against David Mills, who's really been kind of trash all season long. Also, the Eagles aren't really scoring all that much on the road. In their last 2 road games, they're only scoring 22 points per game. Expect on the short week, it's going to be just stout defense. Make sure that they're closing the running lanes and making it hard on David Mills being able to complete some passes. You're talking about a team that only scored 6 points against the Jaguars. I don't even think they score more than a touchdown here. So give me the Eagles to beat them maybe 28-7, 21-7, 24-7. Low scoring game, but the Eagles absolutely dominate them from start to finish.
Love it. Going to cover the spread and going to hit that under as well. Guys, I bet you're all wondering, oh my God, Pete and Garrett, you guys are really intelligent guys. Where do you get all your information from? I mean, does this just come top of the brain or what? It actually doesn't, guys. We have subscription with FTN Bets. Now, if you want to be as smart as us, be as knowledgeable, know where teams rank on offense, defense, passing yards, all that good stuff, go to FTN Bets. It's your home for legal sports betting tools, picks, odds, advanced betting models, parlay calculators, prop shops, and more. Basically, you're going to get all the kind of information that you're looking for so you can stay informed and make profitable bets. Head to ftnbets.com/free for a 3-day free trial. So give it a shot. You got nothing to lose. If you're looking for some information for a website that's going to help you make better educated guesses on your picks, give FTN Bets a try. Right, Garrett?
Absolutely. FTN Bets is my go-to for all the stats that I'm looking for. Everything I just said to you, FTN Bets has, and plus a lot more. Head over there, get your 3-day trial right now.
Garrett, kick us off. We're looking at the Sunday slate. What are we looking at here?
I'm actually, I'm really reluctant to pick this, but I'm taking the Packers -3.5. I really don't like laying the points on the 2022 Packers, but it is the Lions. The Lions are pretty much packing it in for the season. They traded away their second best offensive, weapon through the air. TJ Hawkinson, DeAndre Swift still hurt, probably going to be out. And it's going to be up to Amon-Ra St. Brown really doing the heavy lifting here. I'm expecting the Packers to be really take him out of the equation and be able to just stifle, the Lions. You're talking about a pass defense that's number 2 in the league and yards allowed through the air at 174.8 per game. They even limited Josh Allen to only 218 passing yards and was able to get two turnovers against him. I expect them to really stifle the Lions on offense and, cover this. You're talking about the Lions also has one of the worst defenses in all of football. I don't expect them to stop the Packers whatsoever. I think Aaron Jones goes off. Romeo Doubs, even, Sammy Watkins could have a good game here. I feel like this is a chance for the Packers to bounce back. This is their bounce back game. And I think laying 3.5 is good enough for me.
I'm with you on that, Garrett. I'm also taking Packers -3.5. I just can't believe a team with a top 10 offense like the Lions offense in regards to points per game, they're only 1-6. It's a terrible travesty that they can put up as much points as they do, and they can't get any wins out of it. Detroit is better than Green Bay in just about every statistical category that I was looking at: red zone percentage, points, passing yards, passing touchdowns, rushing yards. In the past 2 seasons, head-to-head, these guys, Lions, are 1-3 versus Green Bay. They've seen a lot of each other, obviously, playing in the same division. Packers are averaging 10 more points per game when they're playing the Lions, so that clearly gives us an advantage, and it's going to cover that spread there. Like you mentioned, Detroit has one of the worst defenses. I don't see Aaron Rodgers taking it easy on him. Going to kind of have his way with them. Packers are 1-4 over their last 5. Like you mentioned, I think this is a get-back game for them against this terrible defense. Packers cover.
Absolutely. I think it's spot on. Like, I even talk about this in fights. There's matchups where, okay, this is a get right fight. This is a get right win for the Packers to really get some momentum going, get into the groove of things. And especially for Aaron Rodgers, he really needs to get into a groove of things before the season gets even more out of hand as it is already.
I'm with you. What do we have up next for your Sunday slate?
Actually, we're gonna go to Monday night, and
Sure.
we're gonna take the Ravens -2.5 over the Saints at -115. The Ravens are coming in, in good form. They won their last 2 games, which is good because their division foes are really faltering at this point. The Cincinnati Bengals are pretty much falling apart. They got blasted against the Browns. And then the Ravens got a big addition with Roquan Smith from the Bears. I think that's going to play a big dividend in this game because he's going up against the Saints, who have Alvin Kamara, who can stretch the defense from the backfield through the middle on the outside. And I feel like Roquan Smith is going to be able to contain him and really put the burden on the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton, trying to go in there and win the game himself. I don't expect that to happen. I think Lamar Jackson should be able to do as he pleases. Saints defense has been pretty damn bad as of late. I don't see them being able to contain Lamar Jackson, and I don't expect Andy Dalton to really be able to go in there Monday night in a shootout against one of the better offenses in the league. So give me the Ravens -2.5, looking in their best form as of late, and getting this win, keeping it going. Also, they are one of the better road teams against the spread, and they are 3-1 against the spread and 2-0 in their last 2 games against the spread on the road. So yeah, I'm taking them. I like it.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. Obviously, it's important to know how well teams perform when they are on the road versus at home, how many times they're covering. So I do like that. Very nice. And like you mentioned, Lamar Jackson over Andy Dalton. Pretty easy call right there, right?
Right.
I am going to do a little bit of beating up on some nerds. So this is what I like to do. I like to find big bullies that are about to beat up on some nerds. And again, laying more wood. I'm laying a lot of wood this weekend, dude. Well, first one with the Eagles, and now we got the Bills here. But again, same story, different chapter. Bills defense is going to just shut down this Jets offense. Bills are giving up 72% less points than league average, which is nuts. Their defense is incredible. Also, almost 40% less rushing yards than league average. So those monsters that they got in the backfield for the Jets, not going to matter. Bills have been shutting down backfields all season long. Bills rank second in points per game, first in opponent points per game, first in passing yards per game. Jets rank 6th in pass attempts, but they're only 27th in passing average and 25th in first downs, which tells me there's going to be a lot of turnovers. So expect at least a pick or two from the Jets. I see this going the same as when the Bills played the Steelers. They beat them 38-3 that game. I see a lot of the same kind of tendencies. Give me the Bills. I'll lay the 12.5.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I don't think the Jets are even in the same stratosphere as the Bills this season, at least. And they're getting Tre'Davious White back. They're in the number 1 corner, so that's going to help them even more in this matchup. I think they come in there and absolutely steamroll the New York Jets.
Well, Garrett, when you say not in the same stratosphere, I see it like this so far. I see Eagles, Bills, and Chiefs, and then everyone else. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. I would like to say my Vikings, but they still need to pass the test when they go up against the Bills. They go up against the Cowboys in a few more games. But yes, I agree with your assessment. Those 3 are, levels above the rest right now for sure. Big time.
Beautiful. So we're going to go from that to, I think we have, let's see here. I have one more pick, and then we'll get into our prize picks.
Ooh, prize picks.
My last pick here is going with Geno Smith and the Seahawks at +2 against the Cardinals. Seahawks 4-2 against the spread as underdogs this season. So like you mentioned about those road dogs, as underdogs, Seahawks 4-2 against the spread. Cardinals are only 2-1 against the spread as favorites. Geno Smith has been shutting up his naysayer. Dude's got a 107 passer rating, completing over 72% of his passes. Cardinals have a long list on their injury report with plenty of players that did not practice, limited practice as well. Seahawks, when they're given at least 2 points, have covered 62.5% of the time. I like what the Seahawks team is doing. I like the way that they're being coached. Seahawks are 4th in points per game this season, which is crazy. So if you're going to give me points with Geno Smith and the Seahawks right now, I'm going to take it. Seahawks +2.
Who would have thought that Geno Smith is like arguably a top 10 quarterback in the league at this point of his career? And then
Right.
Russell Wilson is barely top 20.
I know. I mean, he said, he's like, I knew. He's like, but everyone, what did he say? Everyone tried to write me off, but I didn't write back, right? That
Oh
was
man,
his
that's
big thing, yeah.
that's a great quote. I mean, I love it. I love the story because the Seahawks. They're like, yeah, you can take Russell Wilson. We got Geno, and look at Geno balling out.
The resurgence, man. It's crazy, right? A
Yeah,
guy, like you said, that at this point in his career, doing what he's doing. But it's so cool when you see that because, he believes in himself. Of course,
right.
he's been doing this forever. He's played position roles and, I'm sure not where he's wanted to be over the last, 5-6 years, whatever it is. But yeah, to see someone who's confident in themselves playing that role and kind of achieving what they've always dreamed of or what they thought of themselves, it's a cool story. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff.
Oh, absolutely. I want to see more of it. I really want them to make the postseason so we could see more of it. See, because he's going to be playing in there with all his heart. So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah. That brings us to our segment from Prize Picks. Prize Picks. Again, guys, we got another QR code. We got all the coolest stuff. Prize Picks is a very fun game if you guys are interested. Just so you know, use the promo code Playmaker. You're going to receive 100% instant deposit match up to $100. So if you deposit $100, you'll be given $100 additionally to play with. If you get 50, you get 50 back. But it's the best way to have action in the game. Again, all you're going to do is pick over. You're going to pick more than or less than for player props. And it's very simple and very fun. And we have a few here that we're going to cover. So, Garrett, why don't you kick us off with your first prize pick entry?
All right, I'm gonna take a shot here. Take DJ Moore more than 57 and a half receiving yards. Panthers obviously going to be chasing points like they always are in every single game. And that means a heavy dose of some DJ Moore. And with PJ Walker at the helm over the last 2 games, he's been dynamite. You're talking about a guy that has 13 receptions, 221 yards in just his last 2 games. PJ Walker absolutely loves feeding him the ball. There's pretty much no one else to really throw to. So, DJ Moore is getting all the targets. I believe he's got 21 targets just in the last 2 games alone. And I don't think it's so far-fetched to see, more snags, 6 receptions for over 60 yards because he's averaging 10 yards per reception in all but 3 games this season. So give me DJ Moore more than 57 and a half receiving yards.
Make sure you keep your helmet on after those catches, DJ. Yeah, that's a very modest number for being the number 1 receiver there and pretty much nobody else to go to through the air. 57 and a half, right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel he just went over that in back-to-back games, the last 2. Maybe they're trying to bait us a little bit, but I'd rather take a shot on it. I mean, he's literally the only one they can throw to, and they're gonna be chasing points here.
Speaking of baiting you, this is what I think Prize Picks was trying to do. I think they're trying to bait us here. AJ Brown, I'm going less than 5 receptions. They didn't have it at 4.5. They have it at 5. And I think that's strategically done because I'm looking at how often they're hitting. This is hitting under 5 receptions, hitting 71% of the time, 5 out of 7 games. They're playing Houston, right? Which tells you, they're going to feed him. He's going to get his touches. He's coming off of a career game. We already mentioned receiving yards. Ball might be spread out a little bit more this week, I'm thinking. He's averaging 5.6 receptions per game. I think you're supposed to think, that's going to go. It's going to be more than. But I think this game, it's put at 5 for a reason because he's going to need the 6. I'm going to go less than 5 receptions.
I like that. And I feel like we're going to get a lot more running in this game than we saw in the past game where they were passing crazily in the first half. I feel more run, more ball control, less wear and tear on, Hurts going in there trying to get hurt or, throwing some interceptions for no reason when they could just pound the rock, play defense, get out of there with an easy dub.
I'm with you. I love that game plan.
Yeah, right? Pretty simple.
Yeah. You got a running back you got your eyes on.
Oh, yeah. I'm taking a shot at Josh Jacobs more than 77.5 rushing yards. The Raiders looked terrible in their last game. They had so much hype coming into the season, and they're just falling flat of expectations. Not sure why, but it is what it is. But they were down majority of the game, so Jacobs really didn't have the way to get going. They were playing to catch up. He didn't get the touches that he normally needs, but ultimately, when they do have a good game script, he is producing for them. He gets 20 plus touches. He's averaging over 100 yards per game on the ground as well. And he's a guy that's always hitting this mark when he's getting at least 20 touches. Every time he's gotten at least 20 touches, he's averaging over 109 yards per game on the ground. So I'm expecting a heavy dose of Josh Jacobs here, and get this, get some momentum going here. And plus, the Jags are just not on the middle of the road when it comes to, rush defense. They're giving up about 110 yards on the ground. So I think Josh Jacobs, I think 80 yards it's super easy here. And plus they're gonna be on the road. I don't expect them to go in there and want to air it out and have another type of shootout. And I feel like they should want to take the easy road. And the easiest road is just going in there, play some ball control, run the rock, and and he should definitely surpass this.
You think they get a dub?
I think they should, man. I mean, they're such a more talented team. They just need to put shit together. They just needed to just get their heads out of their asses and play a cohesive game for once.
My last prize pick entry is also in that game, so I want to hear what you have to think about that as well. Justin Herbert, more than 270 passing yards. So he's averaging 279 passing yards per game in his last 5 games. Versus NFC South teams like the Falcons, he's averaging 318 per game. Falcons mid defense ranking 15th. This has hit 3 out of the last 5 games. So I think this is a good spot for Justin Herbert to go more than 270 passing yards.
I think I kind of like that. I feel like you're getting a low number, whereas if Mike Williams was actually playing, that number would probably be at least around 285. I would assume. But now that Mike Williams is not there, I think they're kind of giving you a modest 270. They're like, he might hit it just to entice you to maybe hit the under because you're thinking, he doesn't have one of his best weapons. Keenan Allen is still kind of hobbled with his hamstring injury, but he's got a plethora of weapons, meaning Austin Eckler out of the backfield can get him 100 of those 270 yards right there just for him. And then now he just needs Josh Palmer to get in there, DeAndre Carter to get involved, and Keenan Allen to get involved for just 171 more yards. And then also, their tight end, Gerald Everett. He's got a ton of playmakers. He gets over this 270 kind of easily.
I was going to say on Austin Eckler, I think I saw a stat recently that he's first in like receptions, reception yards, like so many, like 3 major categories. I can't remember what they were, but yeah, he's been helping. He can really help Justin Herbert get that over just because he catches so many balls out of the backfield.
Yeah, and the Falcons have been notoriously bad against against receiving backs throughout the last like 10 years or so. They somehow get new coaches and still are terrible against them. It's just the way it goes.
All right. That is all of our prize pick entries for today. 24 minutes long. That is a premier podcast right there. You got a bunch of picks. You got a bunch of education. You got some laughs. If you're watching this, you get to look at us, which is a bonus. So, Garrett, you got anything else for us?
I'm good for tonight, man. I hope you guys make some money this weekend. That's what we're here for. as always.
Garrett, can you tell me the jersey that you have on?
Oh, Harrison Smith from the
Yeah.
Minnesota Vikings.
Yes. He is that is a unique jersey.
Yeah, he's definitely one of my favorite players on the team. I'm
Yeah.
obviously a Vikings fan. We haven't won shit, so hopefully maybe we win something soon. Kevin O'Connell's got, he's making us into some contenders here. I like it.
I believe, yeah, Harrison Smith. My goodness. Oh, he's a captain as well, correct?
Yeah. Captain of the defense.
Beautiful.
He's been there since a rookie, and he's been a Pro Bowler, I don't know what, like at least 4 or 5 times already. Dude's a stud, one of the top safeties in the league still. And he's like, what, 10 seasons in almost, or something like that? Crazy.
And he's white.
That too.
The most impressive. All right, Garrett. Sounds good. We will be back next Wednesday night. Same time, guys. We'll be on time next time because I'll have my shit together. I'm going to go watch the Phillies take a 3-1 lead in the series. And, check back with us this weekend. Garrett, thank you so much for all you do, my man. And
Absolutely, man.
I will see you next week.
Sounds good, bro. I'll see you then.
All right.